Hey guys, just want to do a real quick video today on switching out the flat flush safety to the extended safety on the CZ75, the Shadow 2. Seen a couple other videos out there. I figured I'd just put my spin on it. Alright, so we want to go ahead and field strip the gun. Before we do, we want to make sure it's clear. Drop the magazine, nothing in the magazine, chamber, so we're all good. Good, safe gun. Hammer back. You slide those. They want you to get those little notches lined up. That's really not what you just pull it back till you can get a little bit of pressure off of it to the other side. Tools for the job are also going to be like a little nylon punch, a regular punch to get the pin pushed out there, a little scribe or something with a real sharp tip. You're going to have to get up underneath of a spring, and that'll help there. So pull the slide back, take some pressure off, take your little punch, push the slide lock pin in, and go ahead and give it a good push. I mean, this is non-marring, so you're not going to hurt anything with that. Get it started out on the other side. Go ahead and just grab it and pop the pin out. Let the slide go forward. Take that off, set it aside. All right, grab your scribe. See if we can get all this in focus in camera here. I apologize in advance. The little spring is right here. It extends, and there's a slot for it in. You can see it better on the other one. Right where my fingernail is, that little slot there is where this spring lays. In order to remove this, you're going to have to pry that spring up and over. See, I moved it over there just a little bit. The trick is keeping that moved over and then pushing on this side of the pin to get it go that way. It's kind of a little bit of a trick, and I'm sure I probably will mess this up. So we'll just kind of slide our scribe over there. Let's see if I can hold that, keep this in focus. Just use my fingernail. Once we get a little pressure off of it, I think my hand's hitting it on the other side. It's fell back down in there. There we go. Actually, I had it up enough and it's resting up on there. Take your fingernail and you can get it started. I felt it's moved there a little bit. You can either stick your fingernail in it. Probably won't be able to do that. Grab your punch. I put some tape over it just so it wouldn't mar anything or whatever. And just go ahead and start it. There you go. It's starting to come out on this side. This will jump forward on you. It's got some tension underneath of it, so just be mindful of that. You can pull the hammer back all the way. If you keep your thumb on that, it will prevent it from going forward. So just go ahead and slide that out all the way, like so. Set that down. New one, while you still have your thumb on the hammer, can just go right back in the same hole. It's going to hit that spring. You can see it just kind of coming in contact with it there. So what you're going to have to do is get your scribe again, pry up, and then slide that under. So I'll put a little bit of pressure on that. There. Goes right like that. Keep on sliding it till it makes contact with the other side. There, it just made contact. All right, before you go any further, you can see there we go. It's actuated, it's made contact with the other side over there, so they're both going. The next step, there is a little spring right down in there. You probably will not be able to see it with the light and everything, but I'm pointing right at it. With that scribe, you're going to have to slide that back. At the same time, you move that pin in. So I just did it. Oh, yeah, my hand's cramping up. All right, if I slide it forward anymore, that spring is going to drop right back down into that slot. I don't want to do that because I don't have to redo this whole process. So right now I'm just going to back this one out because I prefer the flush one versus the extended one. Grab the flush one again. Once again, it's going to hit. You're sliding it in the hole, you're going to hit that spring. Grab your little scribe. Get up under it while you're pushing in, just like so. Push it in until you make contact with the other side. You might have to just kind of wiggle it, play with it a little bit. It's almost there. There, that little snap. Now it's working. Like I said before we go any further, there's a little spring right here. Just put your scribe in there, move it back. Once you move it back, take your thumb and push in. Just like that. God dang, that finger is just doing that. And I'm almost all the way there. And that's it. The spring's back down in the channel. So you're as good as you need to be. Safeties, well, it'll work. There, up, down. And that's the end of that. Go ahead and put your slide back on. Come on. Another thing for putting the slide back on, your slide stop or your slide release, slide catch, whatever you like to call it, just going to go through this. When that goes through the frame, it goes through that lug on the barrel. So if we can get it into focus. All right, there's our hole. Once we're coming back, there's the barrel, and we just need it to basically clear there. So now we've basically got a clear shot to reinsert our pin, and that's how far our lines are apart. So this idea of having to get them all the way back to here, and that takes a little bit of force to do that, and it can be kind of a pain. So slide it back. As long as you have a clear window, which we do, the only thing we'll have to do is once we get the pin started, in just a minute we will have to slide it back to clear that part of the slide. So go ahead and put our pin in. Come on. There. Slid in. We're that far into the slide right now, so you know you're good to go there. There's also a pin. I'll go ahead and show you that real quick. Take that off. Once we get to that point, you're sticking out about that much. This pin is going to hit this little catch over here, right down in there. So when we look through our hole, we can get it to go. Probably not. You'll see it, that little flat area at the top. That is this pin right there. So we know once we get our slide lock or our slide release that far, we're good to go. All we have to do is just pull it or push it all the way, and now we're back to where we need to be there. So take our little punch. Like I said, give it a good, push through. That'll help you. That way you don't have to use a screwdriver. If you need to use a screwdriver, you can. Just put a little tape on it if you'd like, slide it in there, and that kind of just give a little pry and it'll come right out. But the more you push through here, it'll definitely help get it to where you don't need that. You just need, this one's kind of round and it's kind of a pain, but just kind of wiggle it in there, give it a good start. It's already out that much. And grab it and just pop it out. All right, slide the slide back on. We got our hole, just like I said, we just slid it onto there. Yep. We're already through to the other side. The only thing we need to do is pull it back just a little bit so we clear that little bit right here. So we'll just put it just a little bit back, just there. Once again, we're not lined up perfectly or anything like that. And just give it a push with your thumb. Snaps in, pins through. Gun is ready.